Yo, what is going on, Comfy Gang? It's your boy Company here. First of all, I wanted to apologize again for not uploading a video in a while. I've unfortunately been out of commission for a little bit, because since my last video, I sort of ran into some health problems, which is kind of ironic because when you find out what they are. But yeah, these health problems, or this health problem, made it hard for me to do a lot of the things that I enjoy doing, like playing video games, watching YouTube, and anime. So because of that, it made it hard for me to do really anything. I've been fatigued a lot, and I guess kind of depressed because of this. So that's why I haven't uploaded. But I guess at the same time, it might be a quote-unquote blessing in disguise, because these health problems are basically going to be the inspiration for this video, which is common health problems among NEETs. And again, I want to apologize for not being very eloquent. I feel like I say this every video now because I don't really upload regularly, but yeah, I'm probably going to be tripping over my words and saying a lot, so please bear with me, and hopefully this video turns out okay. You guys may not know this, but I've shot this video 4 times now, and I've canceled it because it's just completely shit and incomprehensible. But I'm at the point where I've just given up because I've tried to shoot this so many times. So I'm just gonna run with this one, and hopefully it turns out okay this time. So yeah, so I'm gonna, well, I guess the reason, I can't fucking talk. So anyways, yeah, the reason I thought this video topic would be good is because, well, I'm pretty sure that a lot of NEETs out there are probably suffering from similar health issues, and I think a lot of this can be attributed to the fact that a lot of us share a very similar lifestyle, which is not very good for our health. So for example, a lot of us seem to do things like play video games a lot, sit slouched over in our chairs, staring at blue light emitting screens for way too long, for hours at a time. We eat fucking tendies and Mountain Dew and instant ramen and fucking cheese and shit, basically poison ourselves with GMO shit, because basically all food in America, North America, and the rest of the world is pretty much poison at this point. Like even the fucking vegetables, it's just all, and none of us can afford organic shit because, well, yeah, it's just way too expensive. And yeah, but anyways, that's beside the point. Yeah, so a lot of us live really unhealthy lifestyles and are also probably genetically subpar and share a lot of similar environmental and pre-existing circumstances, like being genetically subpar and also being subjected to ostracization or bullying at some point in our lives, which can have a long-term cascading effect on both physical and mental health. So I think that probably explains why a lot of NEETs, at least I'm guessing, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, that have a lot of these health problems, which I'm going to be talking about. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna begin the video because I've been rambling for quite a bit now. So the first health problem I want to talk about would probably be the one that I'm suffering most from right now, and that would be unexplained stomach problems. So I think it's interesting that a lot of NEETs out there seem to have this health problem in particular. So for example, the most I guess significant example of this would be my NEETuber contemporary, Legendary Comeback. He has suffered from stomach issues for years, and as a result of that was basically malnourished and for I guess a long time, and probably depressed, and I don't know what else he could have suffered from, but well, I do kind of know. But yeah, anyways, yeah, him. And I guess maybe a week ago, I also coincidentally watched a Daniel Lord stream where he actually mentioned the fact that he was also suffering from stabbing pain in his stomach, and it was making it hard for him to eat. So there's him, and there's also a few other NEETubers who I've watched that have also mentioned the fact that they've had stomach disorders, or like stomach pain or eating disorders at some point. So yeah, I think it seems to be a fairly common occurrence among NEETs. And how I personally experienced it is that it started maybe like around a month ago. I started noticing that every time I would eat, there was like a 1 in 5 chance that I would just have moderately bad cramping or stomach pain, and it would go away within maybe like 1 or 2 hours. And I was okay with this, but eventually after like the next week, it started to get more and more common, and I would get this cramping, and bloating, and gas, and like sharp stabbing pain, sometimes burning pain, more and more commonly, and it also got more and more severe. And I noticed that it would happen when I would eat a certain amount of food, or eat certain foods like spicy food or deep fried food, like really oily, deep fried, greasy food. So like instant noodles or tendies or things like that. So I ended up cutting that stuff out of my diet, and eating less food, and doing those sorts of things seemed to help me for a little bit. But eventually the bloating and the cramping came back, and this kept on happening in a repeating cycle for weeks, until eventually it got to the point where I was basically maybe eating like 2 chicken nuggets, McDonald's chicken nuggets worth of food, and it would make me feel like I had just eaten at a all-you-can-eat buffet, like eaten like 5 plates of like stacked plates of food. It just really made me feel like my stomach was full of water and just like a shit ton of food, even though I barely ate anything. And because of that, it made it really hard for me to eat my maintenance calories, which is probably around 2,000 to 2,200. And I was struggling to consume even like 1,000 calories a day, even though I was like eating like once every 2 hours. I was probably only eating like a very tiny bit of food. And so because of that, I became really fatigued. I had very little energy, and it just made me really depressed, just because of the fatigue naturally, and also because it just made it really hard for me to do the things that make me a little bit less depressed than I normally am. Like, for example, like basic exercise, like doing push-ups or walking up and down the stairs, or maybe doing a bit of like shadow boxing every now and then, like things that at least keep me a little bit active, so that I don't become too depressed or like feel like go crazy from sitting in my chair all day. I couldn't do these things anymore, because even when I did things like a few push-ups, I would feel lightheaded and nauseous, and it was just a really terrible time overall. And that's my overall experience of that. And I'm pretty sure it was probably similar for Legendary Comeback, where it just the lack of food and the lack of variety in food and the lack of calories probably makes it hard to do anything because of the fatigue. And it also, and that kind of like cascades down and makes it hard to exercise, or even just enjoy regular copes like video games. And because you're just so tired and you just want to like lie down, but then you can't fall asleep, and it's just like this never-ending hell. And so that's what I've been going through. And so there's that. And I guess the reasons for this, probably diet, and the things that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, which I'm not going to go over again, because when I did try and shoot this video earlier, I would just keep on saying the same thing over and over again, talking about the causes. The causes are basically the exact same. I'm just going to list them quickly: diet, lack of exercise, bad posture, probably being mentally ill, subpar genetics. Okay, so I'm not going to say that stuff anymore. So the next health issue, which I want to talk about, is bodily aches and pains. I have talked to a few NEETs and hickeys out there who have said things like that they developed severe lower back pain from sitting in their chair for way too long. My back pain is probably in my upper middle back, and I think it's like an old injury that I got from lifting a long time ago when I was a retard gym bro, lifting with fucking shit posture and lifting like an idiot, just trying to push weight to boost my ego. And I hurt I broke I fractured one of my vertebrae. And so I guess that sort of injury seems to be aggravated from me sitting down for long periods of time. And like I said, because I haven't been exercising. I also haven't been uploading, but I haven't been exercising. So because of that, again, I sort of noticed it being aggravated, but yeah, I have pain in my back and, you know, things like my shoulders, I have really tight shoulders and traps, especially like this muscle here is really fucking tight. And sometimes like my neck is very stiff and very stiff and doesn't have a lot of mobility. And a lot of times I'll have like, you know, like streaks of electric pain, which sometimes travels from that like back, that like upper back area all the way up my neck to like my head, and sometimes I'll like go radiate to my chest. Not all the time, but it sometimes happens. And I also have like clicks and pops whenever I sit down for too long and I stand up, and all of a sudden my back like pops, and sometimes I'll feel like a sharp pain. And yeah, just overall these weird sorts of sensations, which I never used to have when I was like younger, even in like high school. Despite the shitty posture, I never noticed these things, but I guess that's a consequence of, you know, my shitty posture catching up to me, as well as my subpar genetics. And, you know, someone like me can't afford to have shit posture, I guess, whereas the genetic elite, the chads out there can probably fucking hunch their backs and still, you know, feel nothing. So, yeah, so there's that. And what else? I guess things like fatigue, which I mentioned, fatigue, lack of energy, lack of motivation are probably also pretty common. I'm gonna move into my room because it's starting to get you know, kind of early in the morning, and my parents are probably gonna wake up soon. So yeah, yeah, things like fatigue, low energy are probably also pretty common among NEETs. You know, I'm suffering from that mostly because of my lack of food, but I'm sure I've talked to a lot of NEETs out there that probably suffer from it mostly because of things like depression or mental illness or things like that. What else? I guess things like hygiene, or not hygiene, but like, you know, issues with things like skin, hair, and teeth. So, for example, my teeth are crooked, which is not really a big issue because I guess it's not really that big of an issue. It's more like a vanity thing. I feel like the bigger issue would probably be the fact that I'm starting to develop like aching in like the back here, and I'm hoping it's not a cavity. I'm hoping it's just a gum infection. But yeah, it could very well be a cavity. And I think the reason for this is because, you know, even though I brush my teeth at least once a day, usually twice a day, but at least once a day, I don't do things like floss or use mouthwash because I just assumed for the longest time that that all that stuff was sort of like a scam and just like a waste of time, way too much effort. But in retrospect, I probably should have been just playing it safe, because now I have aching there, and even when I do use these things, it no longer seems to be helping. And I think the reason for that is because I used to have braces, but I stopped wearing my retainers after I got the braces, and I feel like there's like little gaps there that started to form because my teeth started to grow out again. And I think food got caught in those gaps. And I guess because I didn't bother flossing my teeth, probably a small piece of food got stuck way at the back, like near my molar. And probably there's a fucking cavity. So now I'm gonna have to go see a dentist to maybe get that cleaned out and probably get fillings. And I have to fucking interact with people and go outdoors, and which I don't want to do. And it's also fucking expensive because dentists are con artists. So yeah, what else? Hair. I did mention hair. You know, personally, the skin issue I don't really have a problem with because my skin seems to be fine, thankfully, but I'm guessing that a lot of NEETs there probably have bad skin. And hair, okay, that's where I suffer the most from because, you know, okay, and there's an interesting observation that I made is that, you know, out of all the NEET tubers, you know, that I've watched, not one except Daniel Lord, but pretty much every NEET YouTuber that I've seen, you know, seems to have a really shit hairline. And I guess I'm no exception. I actually have a degen level, fucking Mong level fucking hairline, like literally like Genghis Khan with fucking alopecia like hairline, like fucking Confucius level fucking 5-head alien Pennywise fucking hairline. Like it's pretty bad. And every NEET that I've watched, seems to have pretty similar hairlines. So yeah, at one point I was fairly afraid of showing my hairline because I wanted to get in on that, that e-girl action. But given that I'm not that good looking to begin with and pretty subpar overall, I feel like I have nothing to lose at this point. So I'm just gonna fucking show my hairline so I can get it over with and, honestly just own the fact that I'm fucking subpar and it's fucking over for me. So that is the left side. Okay, not too, it's pretty bad. And this is the right side. Holy shit. That is fucking bad. That's fucked. It's fucked. Okay. Enough about that. Okay, I pretty much secured its over status for me by showing my hairline to, fucking about hundreds of people who watch my video, but none of them are females. Not that it even matters because I'm too fucking, fucking socially stunted for that to even matter. So why do we even give a shit at this point? So yeah, there's my fucking hairline. Now the secret's out. I'm fucking balding, Confucius ass Asian fucking Hmong. Okay, so that's my hairline. Whoo! Okay, that's my fucking hairline. Okay, so I'm actually fucking retard. So the next health issue would probably be what else? I don't know. I feel like I mentioned the core ones at this point. I guess things like lowered immune system. I'm guessing a lot of needs suffer from that because lack of sunlight. A lot of us probably don't get our daily vitamin D. I personally haven't gotten sick in a long time. At least I would probably only get sick maybe like once a year, sometimes twice a year if I'm unlucky. Well, maybe twice a year, one major, one really like minor that lasts for like a day. But yeah, I'm guessing that maybe NEETs get sick because of mental illness and stress and stuff like that. But I don't really know. That's one thing I would guess. Another health issue would probably have to be, I don't really know at this point. Cancer, AIDS. No, that's actually a normie disease. Like when you think about it, NEETs are actually fucking protected from AIDS because we're basically fucking, it's impossible for us to get any action. So we're actually, safe from the AIDS virus. So it's pretty good. We're safe from Hep C. We're safe from all the STDs. So that's pretty good. Am I right? Like that's a I guess kind of survival advantage that NEETs have. So maybe being NEET is actually not as dysgenic as I thought it was. So that's kind of not a health issue. But at the same time, not having any action, could that be considered a health issue as well? I think that probably could be considered a health issue. So yeah, maybe blue. Can I say this on YouTube? Blue balls. That's probably a neat health issue that needs addressing at some point, but it's probably not going to ever happen. So yeah. What else? Maybe trying to think of other health issues. Fucking tripped on my guitar. Shit. There's my guitar, by the way. I'll make a video about that maybe in the near future. That just came to my mind right now. Might be good to make a video about that. But yeah, what else? I guess maybe lice, bed bugs. No, I feel like most NEETs are honestly pretty clean. So that's probably not that relevant. Yeah, I think it's a meme that NEETs are like live in like, shit and rat infested fucking shitholes. Like I feel like most of us live in fairly decent accommodations from what I've seen. So yeah, I don't think that's an issue. Trying to think of other things. I guess maybe carpal tunnel syndrome from using mouse and keyboard all the time. And there's also honestly, at this point, it really seems like I'm out of ideas. So yeah, I'm probably gonna end the video here. It's 20 minutes anyway. So yeah, if you guys can think of any health issues that might be common among NEETs, or if you want to talk about anything that you're currently suffering from, make sure to, or feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you found this entertaining, hopefully, I get back in my groove pretty soon so I can start uploading pretty regularly. I have a few video topics in mind, some, on the more positive side as far as NEETdom goes. And yeah, hopefully I'll be making these videos in the near future because I am starting to feel better, thankfully, now that I've cleaned up my diet. And I'm also taking Nexium, which seems to be helping me somehow. And it's like this acid blocking medication. So yeah, it seems to be helping me somewhat. And yeah, so hopefully I'll be getting back to that, especially once I get diagnosed. I'll keep you guys updated on that, hopefully. And yeah, anyways, enough rambling. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. And this is Company Neat signing out.